Hello and welcome to another video and podcast from Fantasy Football Scout. My name is Joe and today I'm looking to help you with your transfer decisions in game week 37 by giving some tips for those using a bench boost in this double game week. I believe the vast majority of teams certainly in the top 100k have still got their bench boost to play. So this is what you'll be up against if you're not going to bench boost in game week 37. Hopefully this will give you some good ideas about sort of not so much strategy, because you play the bench boost, all your players play anyway, but more about which sort of players that you want on the bench boost. And bearing in mind, it's largely going to be defenders and goalkeepers. So they're the players that we're going to really focus on here, and it's who you want there. Obviously, it's a 38 game week season as well, so you're going to want to have a slight eye on game week 38. Make sure you can still field, good three defenders at least in that are good in game week 38. Just before we move on. Just a reminder, do press that like button, and also do remember to subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast, and also do subscribe on our YouTube channel. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the fixtures. I'm going to show you, just as an example, what my backline's about at the moment for the bench boost, and I've got some problems, as many people who perhaps have got injured players will also have as well, and also I'm not sure I've got the best ones. So hopefully this will help me and help you. We'll have a look at the best defenders. I'm using my trusty attacking defenders table from Fantasy Football Scout members area, so to highlight the best ones there. So the off chance of a goal, that's what you hope for. That's the dream in a bench boost or double game week, where you get returns, not just clean sheets, but you're getting those attacking returns as well. I remember Man City defenders in the past, John Stones for example, hugely prolific, and they can be the real difference. Ben White in the last double game week, another example, well over 20 points in that match. We'll also have a look at the best goalkeepers as well for the bench boost in game week 37 to help you with any transfer moves you might make there. There's a few question marks over them goalkeepers, but hopefully by the end of the week, the team news, which I do, the team news video I do with Neil at the end of the week, with all the press conference updates, will give us a bit more clarity, hopefully. Okay, let's move on straight away. Fixtures. What are we dealing with here? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams are doubling. Plus, Everton have Sheffield United at home. That could be good for Pickford and some of their defenders. West Ham have a home game against Luton, but West Ham, bit of turmoil at the moment. David Moyes doesn't look like he's going to be the manager next season. Wolves also at home to Crystal Palace, but I'm not sure that's quite a good fixture for defence, given how prolific the Crystal Palace attack can be. So Chelsea are top. They double. They've got Nottingham Forest and Brighton away. I would say there's the chance of a clean sheet there, and certainly a chance of potential attacking returns if we can find a defender who's going to play both and can get attacking returns. Newcastle, Brighton at home, great fixture. Manchester United away, that could be good as well. Newcastle did very well away to Burnley last time out, so they could find some form away. Tottenham, home to Burnley. This is probably the best single fixture within a double game week, if you see what I mean. But it's evened out. Then they play Man City at home. But Tottenham can do okay at home against Man City. Let's see. But that would be a must-win game. Man City have to win these two games to guarantee winning the title this season. So they're not going to be slacking. Brighton, meanwhile, well, they just beat Aston Villa. They brought in Webster. Dunk is still there. Veltman as well. You see what I mean? You've got more experienced players there. So there's potential of a shot clean sheet. There certainly was last week in game week 36 against Aston Villa. It's a tough ask, though. They got Newcastle away. That's tough. And they got Chelsea at home. Maybe. But Chelsea, annoyingly for this Brighton fan, I can see the Seagulls sign there. I'll move it that way. Seagulls scarf there. Yeah, so Chelsea, annoyingly, are being very good recently. But that could be good for us in FPL, not me as a Brighton fan, though. Man City have Fulham away, Tottenham away, good fixtures. And Manchester United, meanwhile, have probably the toughest one if you're going to pick a defender. They've got Arsenal at home and Newcastle at home. I can't see any clean sheets there. Let's have a look at the table, see if there's any options there. So what I'll do as well is I'm just going to show you what my back line is. And the reason why I'm focusing on the goalkeepers and the defence is if you think about the bench boost, what you might see someone in your mini league who thinks, oh, they're really funny. They've got Foden on their bench. Yeah, really? Foden's your worst player? And so on. But what you realistically do is you're probably going to be playing mainly attackers. So your 8th attacker will be on your bench. And if you've wildcarded recently, your 8th attacker is probably someone like Gordon, Garnacho. These are great players. So that's going to be your... In a way, you don't need to sort that out. You're gonna have one of those players. If you don't have one of those players, well, then do consider... we know those names. I don't need to even say them. The likes of Anthony Gordon, Bruno Fernandes, if he is fit. I'm not sure at the moment. I'm recording this on a Monday morning. So we're hopeful that he's fit. I certainly am because he's in my team for tonight's game against Crystal Palace. But anyway, this is more about game week 37. You see what I mean? So that's why I'm concentrating on the defenders because it's your substitute goalie and it's your 2 other defenders on your bench. They're the ones you're going to really get those points from. They're the ones that you're essentially bench boosting for, as well as that 8th attacker. So the 8th attacker, hopefully, you've got someone like Gordon. As good as red that you're going to get a good return there. So I'm focusing on those defenders and goalkeepers. So anyway, here's my back line. So this is what I'm going into the game week with. Luckily, I've got 2 free transfers, and I'm actually willing to take a hit. I've only taken 2 hits this season so far. And some people have taken like 3 in a week recently. So I'm quite happy to take a hit here because so I've got Ederson and Petrovic. I'm happy with Petrovic, I think. Sanchez still not back. Ederson, I'm going to admit I blundered here. Gvardiol is obviously the better option. He's got attacking returns. And Ederson can't seem to save any goals. Good with his feet. Less good with his hands. I've got Gabriel and White. I'm happy with them because it's a 38 game week season. I want to play them in game week 37. Played them in 36. Double clean sheet. Absolutely fine with that. Both attacking players, as we're about to find out. I've got Pedro Porro. I'm happy with that. I think if I don't want to go big on Spurs back line, I don't think with the fixtures they've got I don't know, Burnley at home, that's the one where you could get a clean sheet. But Man City away, we could be looking at negative figures there for their defenders. So Pedro Porro is probably the best. And then I've got Harry Maguire. Annoyingly, he's out for the season now. Fabian Schär, annoyingly out for the season, it looks like. So I need to make 2 transfers. Some of you watching, listening, you are going to have Maguire, maybe you have Schär, maybe you'll have both, maybe you have neither, but maybe you're not happy with your defence. So we're looking to sort of pep that up. So I'm in the market definitely for 2 defenders, and I'm possibly willing to offload Ederson and move him to a goalkeeper for a hit and make those 3 changes to really sort of optimise this bench boost. So I'm kind of willing to do that. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the defenders first. What are the sort of defensive options that we're looking at? So I'll put a table up on screen. Just apologies if I didn't read. I'll read it out again just for those listening on the podcast version. Ederson, Petrovic, Gabriel, White, Maguire, Schär, and Pedro Porro. That's my back line currently as an example, and clearly work needs to be done. Let's have a look at defenders now. Okay, so what I've done is I've got a table. I've done this Fantasy Football Scouts members area. This is I've got a sort of permanent table there, attacking defenders. I've sorted it by all matches, and I've just sorted by shots inside the box. So what you're looking for, obviously clean sheets, but you're looking at the off chance of a goal or off chance of an assist. So I've also got chances created in here, and I've got a minutes per expected goal involvement. They're all pretty rubbish because defenders, pretty much you're going to get a goal involvement, if you're lucky, every 5 or 6 games, but probably every 8-9 games. And these minutes per expected goal involvement show that. I've also got their minutes per baseline bonus, how many corners they take, because they could get assists from those, and obviously how many goals and assists they've actually got, as well as the clean sheets. So I'll start with the top. I've highlighted those that I think arguably could be the optimal 5. It's not a 5 I'm going to go for. In my personal team, There's some players I can't go for price-wise because I want to move probably Bruno Fernandes to Saka in game week 38. Saka is playing Everton at home, and Fernandes is away to Brighton. I think I prefer an Arsenal attacker there, and so I need money in the bank, so I can't get exactly what I want. But I think if money's no object, I think these 5 are good, and that's Gabriel, Lewis Dunk, Porro, Burn, and Gvardiol. I think could potentially be the best 5. But let's go back. So I'll go back to the top of this table. We've got Gabriel at the top, sorted by shots inside the box. Had 27. Wow, for a defender. He's had 4 goals, 15 clean sheets, has created 3 chances. He's 5.4. He's in pretty much, I would say, most teams. He's got Manchester United away. Could be a clean sheet there. Could be an attacking return. His minutes per expected goal involvement, as you see, he's got 4 goals. That huge amount of shots in the box. Probably looking at every 6 or 7 games, maybe a goal involvement. He almost got a goal involvement in the last game. But it was ruled out. His minutes per baseline bonus is every 7 minutes. Baseline bonus is baseline bonus BPS. Sorry, I should say, the bonus point system. So baseline is all the stuff apart from clean sheets and assists and goals. So it's all the jobbing stuff they do around passing and blocks and interceptions, those types of things, and they go towards the bonus points, which is why likes of Gabriel do get bonus every now and again. Second name on this list is Lewis Dunk. Shots inside the box, 26. He scored 3 goals and an assist. So same amount of attacking returns as Gabriel. Gabriel's in the team. Lewis Dunk might as be. Clean sheets, 5. So Gabriel's got 15. Lewis Dunk just 5. So that's the problem. They've got Newcastle and Chelsea. I don't envisage clean sheets here. But minutes per expected goal involvement every 521 minutes, which is pretty good for this list. Minutes per baseline bonus point system is every 6.2. He's got 31 starts. He's pretty nailed on if fit. He would be the only Brighton defender I would go for. You could go for Veltman. You could go for Webster. But I don't know whether they're going to play both these matches. I also... Their attacking threat is minimal. Very, very minimal. And Lewis Dunk, as we can see here, isn't minimal. I think if you're looking for a very, very, very low-owned defender who might get you an attacking return or 2, Lewis Dunk's your man. And if he gets a clean sheet, there's going to be bonus here because he will have put in a shift. Okay. Number 3 on this list is Porro at Tottenham. Tottenham, like Manchester City, can't seem to keep a clean sheet. But nevertheless, he's had 23 shots inside the box, 8 assists. He's created 49 chances. Got Burnley at home. That's a great fixture. And then Man City away. He's taken 100 corners. I had no idea that he'd taken... It was his corner he took over the weekend. Would have been his 100th. And his minutes per baseline bonus is very strong at 5.9 minutes there. I think... If I was starting again, I might not go for him because of the cost. He's 5.8. I don't think you're going to get 5.8 for that. But I do think if you want to tap in to the chance of a Tottenham clean sheet, get bonus, and you might get an attacking return, I think Porro has to be the one to go for Tottenham. Next name is Tarkowski. Now, he's not... I wouldn't... Because I'm just going for double game week players for this one. But, as we've seen with Pickford... and we might mention him shortly in the goalkeepers, but Tarkowski has had 22 shots inside the box for Everton. They're at home to Sheffield United. It's a good fixture. Strong chance of a clean sheet. There's a chance of an attacking return as well. He's created 21 chances and he's got 12 clean sheets. The Everton backline's been a real success story this season. He's got a goal. He's got an assist. So it's rare, but you might get one. If you've got Tarkowski on your side, you can bench boost him. I would be if I ended up with him somehow in my team for this bench boost, I'd be more than happy. I will go into this with that because he could get double digit haul, no problem. Next name on this is Dan Burn. I think I'm going to get him in. I've got Fabian Schär. If I'd have gone for Burn or Dallow instead of Schär and Maguire, then I wouldn't I could use my transfers elsewhere. I'm not sure where I would use them, but I can use them elsewhere. But Dan Burn, I think, is the strongest of the options there. Totally nailed on 4.6. There's Kraft as well in the back line, Hall, Livramento, and another Newcastle defender we'll come to in shortly who might be returning. But I think Dan Burn's probably for your security there. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists, 4 attacking returns, created 10 chances, 8 clean sheets. He's got Brighton at home, Manchester United away. I want access to the Newcastle defence, and I would say that I think Burn be the best one. Next name is Gvardiol. Well done, those who've already got him in. 16 shots inside the box. Is he the new Cancelo? It's starting to look that way. He was playing extremely high up on the left wing, and I can't see that changing. So I'm going to... It's not a guarantee. Nothing's a guarantee with Pep, but he's got Fulham and Tottenham. I envisage him playing both of those. I don't think he'll play game week 38, maybe, but if they've got the league wrapped up. But I think with 16 shots inside the box, 2 goals, 2 assists, 17 chances created, 7 clean sheets, minutes per baseline bonus every 6.4 baseline bonus point system, that is 6.4 minutes. I think he's a really strong option. I'm very, very tempted to get him in, and that would mean removing Ederson and taking a hit. But I think I'm going to get 4 points extra from him. I think he's very strong. Next name on the list is Romero. If you're going to go for another Tottenham player, perhaps if you're a Tottenham fan and I'll put it the other way. Perhaps if you're not a Tottenham fan, you've got absolutely no idea about the Tottenham back line, you might want another Tottenham defender. Romero can get a goal. He's got 5 goals this season. Pretty good. Better than Gabriel. He's with his 4. 6 clean sheets. That's poor. 6 chances created, so that's not poor. But he gets in attacking roles, and he's got Burnley and Man City. Minutes per baseline bonus every 5.9 minutes. I'm tempted. I'd be tempted if I didn't have Porro. I just want to save a bit of money. I don't think there's much in it with Porro and Romero. I'd probably backtrack on that comment. I think Romero could get you a goal, and it could be worth as much as, say, maybe Porro in terms of getting that assist potential. But anyway, a name to consider. Branthwaite as well. All of these names here, I think if you've got 5 of these, I think you're fine for a bench boost, by the way. Next name, Branthwaite to consider. Same rationale as Tarkowski, but more on the... less on the sort of shots inside the box. He's got 12 shots inside the box. He does have 3 goals and an assist. 11 clean sheets. Obviously got that Sheffield United game. Minutes per baseline bonus, similar to Tarkowski. Every 7 minutes he's getting something towards his baseline bonus point system there. It's an option. If he was on my bench, I would happily bench boost with him this week at home to Sheffield United. Next name, now this is a bit of a wild card, is Robertson at Liverpool. I've noticed, and I think most people have noticed that he's in sort of Robertson trying to score mode at the moment. And I remember getting him in towards the end of the season a couple of times. He's been really good, very prolific, very attacking. What did he get? Got a goal last time out against Spurs. He's away to Aston Villa. But as Aston Villa showed against Brighton, they could have like more European things on their mind. They could just be knackered. I think Robertson is good. He's sort of getting removed sort of around the 70th minute mark as well at the moment, which I kind of quite like, because if they're going to concede, and he might come away with a clean sheet. In fact, I think he did come away with a clean sheet in 36, but you can correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Anyway, he's had 10 shots inside the box. His minutes per expected goal involvement is, I'm just looking down, is the best out of any of these defenders. So in terms of expected goal involvement per match, he's got the best rate of return amongst any one players here. But away to Aston Villa, depends what you think there. But he's created 55 chances, which is second highest amongst this list of players. So I think he's good, because he's good for game week 38 as well. You're sort of getting in a defender that could get a clean sheet, could get an attacking return, and he's got a brilliant fixture you want in game week 38. If I had lots and lots of more transfers, he would be in my game week 38 side, I think, because I don't think with Alexander-Arnold. Now, Alexander-Arnold I haven't put on this list. I think if you're going for a bench boost, I just think he's going to be too much. I'd be very surprised if anyone can afford to get him in and have a really credible front eight as well. Nevertheless, that's not to discount him being a great option. Next name on the list is Ben White. He's in my bench boost at the moment. Happy to bench boost with him. He's there for Game Week 38 as well. Clean sheet already, Game Week 36. And obviously that huge returning in that last double game week. 17 clean sheets. Chances created. He's most nailed on, really. He's had 36 chances created. 9 shots inside the box. 4 goals. 5 assists. That's 9 attacking returns, which is the second highest on this list. He got that Manchester United away. Yeah, I'm happy to bench boost him. Just take what I can get for that one. Next name is Gusto for Chelsea. He's 4.3. Looks to have returned from injury, but he's injury prone. And is he back? And is he nailed on? There's a lot of injuries at Chelsea. He will be needed. He's had just four shots inside the box across 18 starts. He has had 5 assists, 4 clean sheets, not much, but they're getting better. Created 30 chances. Yeah, I mean, I think if you've got him, you've got to keep him. Just hope for the best. I think you're going to get starts from him. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Nottingham Forest and Brighton. I mean, it's the best fixtures. I think best sort of couple of fixtures. So you do want Chelsea back line coverage here. It's just whether he's going to start or not. I think if you've got him, he's a hold. And he's good for the bench boost. If you haven't got him, I think there could be players that might start both. So that would be horrible for Chelsea to get 2 clean sheets and him not to feature. That would be really annoying. Next name is Trippier. Now, he is an interesting differential here. He'll be very, very low owned. As we can see here with his figures, his potential is absolutely huge. So he's got a goal. He's got 10 assists, 11 returns. He's got the most attacking returns out of any defender here. Shots inside the box, 1, minimal, but 63 chances created. Minutes per baseline bonus every 5.3 minutes, which is the second best, I think, compared to Robertson there. So these are the 2 sort of elite attacking defenders. He's been training, as I'm recording this now, he's been training in Dubai, the final stages of rehabilitation. Does that mean he will start both games? He'll be needed. There's a lot of injuries at the back for Newcastle, so he will be needed. So I think if you are making transfer and you can afford it, 6.6, I think it could be worth a go. I think it really could be worth a go. Not saying captain or anything like that, but to get him in, I think it could be the one to get in, who could do really well. And the last name on this list is a Walker for Man City. He has got 8 clean sheets, 24 chances created. You might get an assist with him or 2, but it's pretty much a bit like Edison in the pretty much looking at 6 points here. In terms of the players that aren't mentioned here, I suppose the most notable one would be Dalot at Manchester United. He has got 10 shots inside the box, so ordinarily he would be on this list. But I just don't think there's going to be any clean sheets for Manchester United. And also in comparison to Maguire was in my team and would have been on this list if he was fit. 19 shots inside the box, which is among the best here. It was better than Gvardiol, for example. And one to consider. But I think if you're going to get a player in now, I can't see Dalot being the one to get in, because I just don't think Manchester United are going to keep clean sheets in either matches at home to Arsenal or home to Newcastle. I just can't see it. So you might get an assist, but I think all of these other players are better. But that's just my opinion. Okay, let's have a look at goalkeepers. Okay, so I've sorted this by minutes per save. So this shows, when they're on the pitch, they're saved. I've got some other stats in here. Clean sheets, obviously. Goals conceded. Obviously, they're matches. And I've got this one called XG prevented. If it's in the plus, it means they've actively prevented a goal from being scored. well, expected to be scored. And if it's in minus, that means they've been rubbish. That means they're pretty poor. So it's an interesting stat because it shows that their errors can lead to clean sheets disappearing. And you would think that with Onana, but he's in fact, his XG prevented is 4.8. Going on for 5 goals, he's actively prevented being scored. And that could be all the difference to me where they finish in the league at the end. So Onana's 51 goals conceded. That's a lot of goals conceded. Got Arsenal and Newcastle. I don't think it's going to be a clean sheet. But his minutes per save is the best out of all of these goalkeepers, all the double game week goalkeepers, every 23 minutes. So I'd be hoping against those two very attacking sides, he could rack up 6 to 9 saves. That could put him in the bonus even. If he's getting like an extra 2 to 3 points from saves, possibly an extra bit of bonus, you could end up with maybe 8 to 10 points from him, which is pretty good for a bench boost goalkeeper, I think. Petrovic is another, and I think these are the two ones to get in for different reasons. And I think with Petrovic, his XG prevented is -7, so not the best goalkeeper. But his minutes per save very similar to Onana, every 25 minutes there. And it's those fixtures, Nottingham Forest and Brighton, there's a chance of clean sheets there. So that's why I think they're the best ones in terms of like the off chance of, he's got best chance of clean sheets, Onana best chance of lots of saves. Another name here, Pickford, will be in some teams. I think he's good to bench boost as well. That's got some really good returns recently. Once again, his minutes per save, very strong, every 27 minutes. His XG prevented is in the plus, so there's 2 goals he's expected to have conceded. He didn't, which is pretty strong. He's only 4.8. I'd be happy if I had him on my bench boost. Other goalkeepers to mention, Vicario at Tottenham, as I've said, Burnley, Man City, it's that Burnley game. If they don't get a clean sheet in that game, then it's a blunder to invest in the Tottenham back line. Arguably is anyway. Goals conceded 58. Petrovic has only conceded 34 goals, by the way. Much less starts. Vicario, 58 goals he's conceded, just 6 clean sheets, but his minutes per save every 29 minutes, okay. It's not as good as Onana and Petrovic, but it's okay. For Bruggen at Brighton, got Newcastle and Chelsea. I don't think he's going to get clean sheets. Will get saves, but he also might miss one of those games because Steele might end up playing one of those, because it will depend on the games, whether De Zerbi but thinks that Steele is best in one of them. Or both of them even. I don't know. So I just don't think he's a goalkeeper to get, because I think if you're going to get into the Brighton backlines, Lewis Dunk or nothing, I think. His minutes per save still good though. Every 31 minutes, 31.7 minutes. And last name on this is Edison, who I am going to concede defeat in. He costs 5.5. He's conceded 27 goals. He's in front of a good defence, but as soon as he's called on, he fluffs it. His XG prevent is actually only minus 0.7. So he's not. It's not the XG stats. It's not throwing up as what it looks like in each game. And it's certainly. I've only been an owner for a couple of weeks, and I hate it already. A bit like when I was an owner of Darwin. He's had 9 clean sheets. And his minutes per save, this is rubbish, every 48 minutes. So you're not going to get saves. You could get clean sheets, but you might not, and that's it. So yeah, I think I might spend -4 and get Guardiola in, and just correct it and take a benching of Guardiola, because at least his ceiling's higher. So that's what I would do. And that's what I'm going to be doing in my situation there. So hopefully that's given you a lot of good names there. And I focused on goalkeepers and defenders because hand on heart, if you look at your bench boost and your bench, it's going to be your worst players. It's going to be your sort of 4th, 5th defenders. It's going to be your worst attacker, but your worst attacker is probably quite good by this stage, because there's so many bargains like Garnacho as well, for example. Great. A good option to have. And you've obviously got to have your goalkeeper as well on your bench. So that's why I focused on that. The final point I'm going to make is about what is a good bench boost. You see lots of things saying, "Oh, this free hit was better this week than that week." It's all depends on for you what is better for you, your team. Where you're going to finish by the end of game week 38. And so I look at the season for me, and I think in terms of what is a good bench boost, what's a successful bench boost. Ideally, you want to get at least 4 points. You want to get just showing up points. So you want to get 16. But I think for me, I look at how many points I've already left on the bench in a particular week. And that for me is in game week 23, when coincidentally I left 23 points on. So 23 points is the most I have left on a bench. And that was largely thanks to Garnacho's 16 points, which rotted on my bench. So it's not how much someone else got or when they used the bench boost. It's for you. So if you go into the FPL site, look at your game week history, and just go. They've got points on bench. I think it's called PB, points bench, and you can see how many bench points you've got each week, and you look at that and you think, well, so for me, a really successful bench boost would simply be 24 points because I've just pipped my 23 points, which is my worst or best, however you look at it, bench score so far. And that's what I would that's how I would look at my one. So it'll be different for different people. Some people have had huge bench scores. It might be unrealistic to do that some weeks because we've had some really a lot of hat tricks and those kinds of things. But anyway, that's what I would do. So good luck with your decisions this week. Hopefully that's given you some food for thought for your transfers. You might look at your team and think, well, I didn't think I need to make some transfers, but maybe I do. Maybe I could improve it a bit. Or you might be like me and you just got loads of injured players and you just got to move them on. But you also might be like me and think, well, is that player the right one? I think I might have made an error here. I might be willing to spend some points to remove them and correct it, even with just double game week and then game week 38 to go. Do remember to press that like button and do remember to subscribe so you can be up to date with all our latest videos and podcasts. Good luck with the game week. Take care. See you soon.